Hi guys, this is Gail with Gail Southern Living. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a mint cookie, and I'm going to be adding this into the collaboration hosted by Blackberry Rock Homestead and Luann's Kitchen called #CookieDecember25. And today I'm going to be making mint cookies. All right, time to roll up those sleeves and get in the kitchen to cook. All right, so first I'm going to be adding 3 ounces of cream cheese. I did let this get soft. All right, there's that. And it's 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. I've already pre-measured my ingredients to make this go quicker. So that's 2. And then I also have my half. Okay. And then we're going to be putting in the flavoring, which is peppermint. So we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint. I've never made this before, so I'm new at this. I'm going to also be making them red and green, but I'm going to wait until after I get the dough mixed up, and then I'm going to put them in bowls and add the food coloring to them to change the color. All right, so let's get this started. Got my spatula out, so after it blends for a little while, I can kind of scrape it off the sides. So I'm going to let that go for a while, and I'll be back. All right, surprisingly, it did not stick to the sides. I guess the moisture in the cream cheese, but there is a little bit of powdered sugar down there that I'm going to get with this spatula. See if I can get this off. Okay, there it goes. All right, so basically at this point, I'm going to separate the dough into 2 bowls and do red and green. So I'm going to go ahead and just dip this in here. I'm going to go ahead and just get this out into this bowl. I could go ahead and put it in that bowl and then in here, but that's just like working hard for nothing. So I might as well just get this going in this bowl. And actually, I probably don't even need 2 bowls. I probably can just separate part of it out and use this bowl for the other color. So all right, I'll be right back. All right, so I got the dough separated into this bowl and the original bowl, and we're going to do this one as the green and this one as the red. I tried to do it pretty evenly so you'd have an equal amount of both, but I'm not completely sure. You know, we'll see. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be a perfect split. It's so weird when you start with food coloring, it seems like you have way too much, but then when you get blending it, it turns out to be a lighter color than you thought. So, smells good. Smells very minty. So after I finish getting the food coloring mixed in, I'm going to chill this in the refrigerator for an hour or 2 so it can get the consistency so that I can roll it. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. There is one more ingredient we're going to use. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys. I did not wait long enough for the cookies. I'm just going to try them and see if they're to the consistency that I think they should be to roll them. And I did wash my hands, so we're good with that. And I put some regular sugar on here that you're going to roll it on, and this is a no-bake cookie / candy. Is it a cookie? Is a candy? Kind of sounds more like a candy now that I'm thinking about it, but I'm entering this into Luann's because I already said I was doing it. So either way, this little treat's going into her collaboration. So basically, you're going to, at this point, you're just going to use your hands and you're going to make small little balls. Just going to kind of work it with your hands. It seems like pretty workable right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just give this a shot. Try not to make them too big. Last time I made made a treat, I made it a little bit too big. So I'm trying not to do that same mistake this time. So we're going to try to make them small. So, all right. It's actually going to end up making more than I thought because I'm making them so little. I tried not to put a ton of sugar on the thing because they're already sweet enough. So with all that powdered sugar. So they're definitely not a treat you're going to have all the time. But we kind of tend to have stuff around Christmas that we don't normally eat. So, you know, you're going to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that usually with your Christmas. So you're going to get a little bit of everything. I don't know about you guys, but we have like summer sausage and cheese. We have dips. We have bread with dips and just all kinds of stuff, you know. Sometimes we even have soup. 7-layer dip, spinach dip, just whatever people decide to make. Someone even mentioned tamales, so we might even end up with some tamales for Christmas Eve this year. I've actually decided I'm going to make pinwheel cookies, and then I'm going to do a bread that has a spread that goes with it, like a dip, but it's like a cream cheese based dip, which I do every year. My brother calls it the yucky bread, but he asks for it every time, so I know he doesn't mean yucky. So I make that every year. And then as my second thing, I decided to make the pinwheel cookies. Pinwheel cookies? I don't know why I said pinwheel cookies. I'm going to make shortbread kiss cookies. Really good. That's a recipe I tried last year, and I really, really liked it. So I decided this year I'm making it for my family. So I already got my chocolate kisses purchased. And the other ingredients are pretty much just basic ingredients that you would have. I am going to have to wash my hands between red and green because it is sticking to me. And that's probably where waiting would probably be a good idea. I'm going to find one that's kind of big, and I'm going to take a little bit off of that one because this one's too little. All right. And I might go back and dig a little bit more out of the bowl. I went ahead and got the green out. It's a little bit messy because I needed to wait longer but patience is not my strong suit. So basically what you're going to do now, this is a no-bake cookie / candy. I guess it's more of a candy. You're just going to kind of roll it with your finger in the sugar so that it doesn't stick to your fork. You're just going to put a fork print in it, and that's it. That's all you're doing. Roll it a little bit so it doesn't stick. It really didn't need more sugar. Actually, it'd be better just to do it exactly like this, but it may be a look that it needs to have, that kind of powdery look. So we're going to leave it the original recipe as is, but I'm thinking this will be perfectly good just without more sugar. I'm wondering if you could even rub it in sprinkles. If you had some of that powdery-like sprinkles, not the big chunks, but the powdery type. Okay. So I've got the red and the green. Awesome. Oops, I forgot to rub that one with sugar, so I'm just going to flip it over. Okay. Roll in the sugar and then press it down. Roll it in the sugar. You can hear my heater just kicked on. It's be cold outside. I can't remember if this was supposed to be a cold day or not. Okay. I tried to stay small with these. It's not a big batch, but since they're little, but they are probably going to be pretty rich because of the all that powdered sugar. So definitely don't want to eat too many of these. Give yourself a nice diabetic coma. So, all right. To roll that one. All right, there it goes. If you don't roll it, it sticks to the fork. Like that. Here's a perfect example. Sticking to the fork. This is how she did it in the video that I watched. So you could also put these in molds if you wanted them to be perfect shape. And as long as they're decently like a circle, I'm good with that. Have to be a perfect circle. Okay, roll that one. If you roll it, it makes your life easier. Some of these are bigger and some of these are smaller, but that's okay. I'll take a picture of these so you can see them up a little closer. But it basically it made $28. It made 28 of these. So since I have more red than green, I'm going to go ahead and try one of the red ones. I'm going to pick this little one right here. It's really good. I like the sweetness with the background of the sour cream. Kind of like the sweet and sour thing. It's really good. Definitely would give this a try. I will leave the recipe in the description box of this video. Hashtag Cookie December 25 is an open collaboration. Anyone can join. You guys have a great day. Be blessed. Do something kind. Bye, guys.
Wreath on the door, a silent cheer. Angels whisper Christmas near. Nutcrackers stand in stiff salute.